Hello and welcome to McMorran Arena. I'm Alex Rogers. Along with me is Sean McLean. Tonight's hockey contest features Port Huron Northern High School versus Port Huron High School. That's right, the Huskies and the Big Reds are going to meet here for a little hockey action. To start off, we both know that the Huskies are a really good hockey team. They always have been real deep. Got some young guys on their team this year, a couple, 3 or 4 freshmen and sophomores to back this team up and keep it going strong. On the other side of it, though, PH is having a little bad luck. They're not doing too well. Tell me a little bit about what's going on with PH here, Sean.
PH, they're having a problem with their defense. They're not playing their zones as well as they should be. They're not hitting their passes. They're not capitalizing on mistakes. You know, they're having a hard time all around, you know.
Offensively, how are we doing here offensively on the PH end of it?
PH is not much of a rounded team, Alex. They've got a few star players, you know, the guys that stand out a little bit more. And those are the guys you got to look for, you know. You got to look for people like Jason Sheffer and Kyle Albert. They're good players. You know, I played with them before. Guys you got to look out for.
That's the nice thing about the Huskies is that they don't have to worry about depth.
No,
they could pick any guy off that bench that they wanted to and have a real good guy on the ice, somebody who can fill that position nicely. Namely, they're led by a nice group of seniors. We're talking about Chris Sox, Justin Smith, Jeremy Van Ness, Sadowi's on there this year, Fagan's playing, Bennett's on the team, Nate Heyer, Paul Glombowski. You're getting some real good experience. Guys like Soxy and Justin Smith, who've been on the team 3 or 4 years now. They know the ropes. They know what McCarroll likes. In the net, they've got somebody real sturdy in Tony Partapilo. He backed up last year. I think he was 3rd-string goaltender. He had some real good guys playing in front of him. I'm sure he picked up some valuable knowledge there, and he's bringing it to the net this year. And you can expect to see some good things out of him coming in the next couple years on the ice for Northern. It looks like we've got Ropish, Sox, Smitty, Justin Smith, Scott Elbert, Partapilo in the net, and Northern won the face-off down to Chris Sox. Chris Sox can't quite handle it. And real quick, like, Chris puts a pop on one of the guys from PH, so this looks like it could start out to be a real physical hockey contest.
On the other hand, for PH, Alex, they got Jeff Helton starting a goal for them. He's been their goalie for the last 2 years in a row, I believe. Came up from house leagues and started right out in high school.
That's nice. Smitty on the face-off. Dumped in. Ropish to dump it back out. Quick pop laid by Justin Smith. Elbert coming up the ice, hits Smith. Smith going in all alone. And he scores! Quick strike for Justin Smith. 14 minutes and 33 seconds left in the first period. Smitty tallies one up. Justin Smith, their most potent scorer. One game, the Huskies won 11-0. Justin Smith had 3 goals and 3 assists, I believe, in that. He is the offensive guy that they go to. It's real nice to have a guy like Justin Smith on your team. Good, quick senior. And Van Ness wins the draw. Shoots it up the right side boards. Coming up, PH picks up the puck. That's Scott Herber. Herber flips it up the middle. Picked up real quick by Hall. Hall dumps it back in the zone. Back to Herber again. Herber throws it up to Josh Gardner. And we've got a whistle on the play as Van Ness comes over to help out. So it looks like the referees are going to try to get in there. They're going to try to keep the physical side of it legal. They're going to not let these guys get out of control because they know that the adrenaline's running right now.
It's not much more than you can expect, Alex, in a crosstown rival. You know, everyone's coming out. It's, you know, bragging rights.
Van Ness to Vigrass. Vigrass down into Hall. Hall dumps it into the corner. Coming up real quick is Travis Woolman, little Travis Woolman. Van Ness tries to lay a hit on as the puck comes up to the right side and over the glass. So we're going to have a face-off deep in the Port Huron zone. How does that goal that Justin Smith scored affect the way this game is going to go that quickly?
how it happens, Alex, is in most cases the team that comes out gets the first goal is the team that comes out and they show where they're going to be, and they're going to play that way for the rest of the game.
Bennett to take the face-off for Northern. And it's momentarily held up. Bennett tries to kick it back. Also in there is Nick Prevost. Back on defense is Nick Burgess as it goes around to the backside, picked up by PH. Big hit laid by Jeff Curtis. Oh, excuse me, that was Burgess. And in the corner, Bennett's fighting for it. Burgess is over there. For PH, we've got Matthew Gusky and Shane Talmadge. Shane Talmadge getting mixed up in that a little bit also. PH out front, picked up by Heyer. Here comes Nate Heyer. Heyer to Prevost. Prevost can't quite handle it. PH sends it back into the Northern zone. Burgess picks it up, looks up ice, gets it to Heyer. Heyer couldn't get a pass away. Burgess again retries for Prevost. Coming in on the coverage is Herber. Puck down, Heyer. Heyer moving into the PH zone. Deep in the corner, Heyer throws it in the slot for Sox. Sox can't do nothing with it. Herber tries to clear it. Held in by Van Sickle. Van Sickle in behind the net, or not Van Sickle in behind the net. We've got Sadoe in behind the net, roughing it up with Jason Newberry a little bit. And a whistle is blown, gonna stop play once again as PH changes their line.
You can see it breaking down right now, Alex. You can see the PH team is already starting to collapse on their defensive structure right now. You know, Northern's controlling the game. They're hitting their passes and they're controlling the puck for the most part.
Northern's got a lot of speed too, which also helps. Sox dumps it back in the zone for Woolman. Woolman can't quite get to it as Sadoe picks it up. Sadoe to Glombowski. Glombowski gives it back to Sadoe. Sadoe's tripped up and Glombowski wrestling around for it. And a quick shot fired as Woolman has fallen. Sadoe in the corner as he falls trying to lay a hit on Jason Sheffer. And PH comes out. Here comes Josh Gardner. Gardner tripped up by big Chris Sox. Sox is going to let him know that he's going to be there all game as Woolman tries to clear but gets hit. Puck is picked up by Van Sickle. Van Sickle throws it down the ice for Paul Glombowski. Paul Glombowski hurrying as he takes out Carl Elbert. Battle in the corner, getting a little rough in there. We've got Scott Elbert, big Scott Elbert trying to rough it up a little bit, and Justin Smith also mixed up in there. On the point, Ropish throws it back in. Ropish still holds it in. Back in the corner for Elbert. And that's cleared down the ice. Back to pick it up is Chris Hall. Hall behind his own net. Coming out off the skate of Smitty. Smitty picks it back up and dumps it off the boards. Heading down into the zone is Jason Waite, the junior. And the play is on the right side. Chris Hall battling for it. Waite sends it back in, shot on goal. Smitty right there. Justin Smith back to the center of the ice. Here comes the wheel. Smith looking for the shot. There it is. Big save by the PH goaltender. That's Jeff Helton, the senior. Now, PH has to pick up the rebounds on shots like that. Justin Smith got away a weak shot, got his own rebound. That can happen if PH is going to try to prevent goals.
No, Smitty came right out of the corner. You know, he skated right out through the top of the circles and brought it right in on net. You know, someone should have stood up to him there.
Van Ness wins the draw. Woolman tries to get away a quick shot, but that's blocked as that's cleared down the ice all the way. Mike Vigras to pick it up for the icing call, so we're going to have a face-off deep in the Port Huron High Zone. Also, the icing's not helping PH at all because that takes away any opportunity for a goal that they have. You can't generate offense when you're trying to play defense.
No, but I mean, they keep bringing the puck right back down to their own zone, and there it is again. You know, right back down there. All it takes is one good face-off, and it's another puck in the net for them. You know.
So Van Ness wins that draw. Shot back in, weak shot on net, and Herbert covers up, or Jeff Helton, excuse me, covers up. So once again, another face-off deep in the zone. Huskies generating some good offense here tonight. As Van Ness wins the draw around the net, tries to sweep it out in front. Woolman tripped up, and the whistle is blown. Looks like another face-off.
Wonder if there's something wrong with that net down there, Alex. That's the second time tonight. It's just popped right off the moorings for some reason, you know?
Yeah, maybe the pins aren't holding it quite in place like they're supposed to, but incidentally, we're going to have another face-off deep in the Port Huron High zone. Van Ness steps in against Gary Wojtek. Shot on goal. Helton covers. So once again, that's like the fourth time in a row we're going to have a face-off deep in the Port Huron High zone. This makes offense on the Huskies real nice because they don't have to do a lot of skating.
Not too much defense. All you got to do is worry about their passing, hitting the passes, and getting the shots on net.
So face-off will be for PH. Vitek against Bennett. Bennett wins that one up along the right boards. Back in behind the net. Bennett tries to center. Helton steered that one aside. Bennett once again with the puck around the net, swept out in front. Heyer was knocked down over to Sox. Sox back to Bennett on the left side. Bennett to Sox. Sox the low pass. Oh, and it was not handled well by Prevost, the sophomore from Northern. Heyer working in the corner. Coming up along the boards, throws it out front to Chris Fagan. Bull takes a big shot high and wide. And once again, we've got Nick Prevost working out to Sox. At the point, Sox throws it out in front. Bennett hustling to get to it. Fagan could not hold it in, and he's tripped up by the official. So Heyer picks up the puck. Heyer to Prevost. Prevost can't quite handle, but he's working along the boards, back into the corner. Prevost still kicking it along the boards against three PH defenders, and it's finally picked out by Port Huron High. Josh Gardner picks it up. PH coming into the zone. That's Joel Heimbeck. Heimbeck gets away. A shot of Singer in the corner, knocks it around. We've got Steve Van Sickle. Van Sickle into neutral ice for Smitty. Smitty couldn't quite handle. Okay, so that's left in neutral ice by Scott Albert. Scott Albert once again with the puck along the left board. Albert, there's a battle. Albert kicks it into neutral ice, and it's picked up by Port Huron High. Jason Newberry shoots it back into the zone, but picked up by Northern's Tim Ropish, and a big hit from Scott Herbert from behind on Ropish. Or no, excuse me, on Albert. Back in behind Port Huron High's net. Smitty centers it, can't quite be handled by Northern. Ropish throws it back in the zone as Northern goes for a line change.
And with 8 minutes and 32 seconds left in the first period, we got a score of Port Huron Northern 1 and Port Huron High School 0.
So a quick goal by Justin Smith's group proves to be the only score that we have so far in this contest. And a nice goal it was, as Van Ness once again wins another faceoff. Not offsides as Woolman hustles to get back. Van Ness pinned along the boards. Here comes the shot. Shot was taken by Chris Hull, but deflected as Woolman comes over and lays a hit on Gusky. Gusky throws it back in behind. Northern picks it up, rolls it in on net. And Jeff Helton, as it rolls through his leg, but he sits on it. Another face-off deep in the Port Huron High zone.
If you take a look at the matchups here, Alex, look at the size difference, you know. Northern's got their share of big guys, but they've also got their share of small guys out there.
Woolman and Justin Smith, and those guys are kind of small, but they're real quick. Good with the puck. So on the face-off won by Kevin Sadowi for Northern. Puck in the corner. There's a race for it. Paul Glombowski lays a hit on Carl Albert as it's cleared out by the Big Reds. Over to Burgess. Burgess couldn't handle as he dumps it back up the ice for Sadowi. Sadowi to Glombowski, and there's a fight down in the corner. That's Nick Burgess and David Fry. Definitely not what you want to see here. You can easily tell that the adrenaline's going real high. That's Nick Burgess, the senior from Northern.
You can look to see McCarroll over there issuing up some penalties of his own, to his own team members, He doesn't like fighting. He discourages it. Doesn't like his team taking cheap penalties. You can see Burgess probably taking a couple of shifts sitting on the bench besides what he's got to sit for his team.
Definitely not what you want to do in high school hockey. They take real offense to that, and they're real strict on the fighting end of it. As the officials are down there now telling them, let's keep it legal. Hitting's good. We like hitting. We don't like fighting. So we're going to have a face-off in the northern side, neutral ice territory. In the face-off circle for PH is Joel Heimbeck. For Northern is Prevost. Prevost wins, but PH covers up. That's Josh Gardner as he's hit. Northern sends it up. Coming with the puck is Big Chris Sox. He just misses higher. Prevost hustling down on the right side, but it's dumped in behind the net. Higher on the coverage. Higher lays a big hit. Higher still working hard. Higher just really hit Josh Gardner real hard. So you can tell that tempers are hot. Bennett puts a big hit on Jason Sheffer behind the net. Here comes Higher once again. Higher lays another big pop on Ian Singer this time. And hustling back for Northern to pick up the puck is Mike Vigrass. Vigrass looks up to Prevost. Prevost tips it into neutral ice. It's held in by Carl Albert. Vigrass once again with the puck into neutral ice, just shoots it up the boards. That is Joel Heimbeck as he shoots it back down in the northern end. Left there, Heimbeck, quick shot in, and it's a goal. I couldn't tell if that was Ian Singer tipping it between Tony Partapilo's legs, or if Heimbeck did indeed get it off the post through Partapilo's legs. But either way, at 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the quarter, we now have a tie contest.
Steinbeck took his shot from the point. He was unchallenged. No Port Huron Northern players going after him. Ian Singer was out being tied up in front of the net. The shot was taken. Ian Singer got his stick up and got a piece of it, knocked it right down between the 5-hole of Tony Partapilo.
So a good goal by the senior from Port Huron High, Ian Singer. As that puck goes back into the zone, we're going to have a whistle. That's Ian Singer's second goal of the season.
Overall, Alex, I believe that's only the 6th goal for PH in the whole season.
So Ian Singer in on 33% of the scoring. Justin Smith wins the draw for Northern. Smith working along the boards, quick move. Smith loses his footing. But the shot almost got through by Scott Albert as it's cleared all the way down. Ropish to pick up. Partapilo going to let it go behind, and we've got an ice on Port Huron High. So the faceoff is once again going to be taken deep in their zone. Now we have a level playing field. 1-1 game. Going into about the final 6.5 minutes left in the first period. Definitely, both teams got to be feeling good. Good goal up on both parts, and we're going to have it blown back as it looks like both sides jumped in a little bit early on that face-off. Justin Smith for Northern, and I couldn't see who that was for PH, but they're going to both, Smith's going to be waved off. Replacing him will be Jason Waite. Here comes a PH 3-on-2, shot high and wide by Scott Herbert. Ropish up the boards to Waite, off a Waite skate. Picked up Partapilo out front, tries to knock it down. Good cover up by the Huskies as PH's number 9, Kevin Erickson, was right there in front of the net. Partapilo not completely ready for that. Northern's Ropish and Fagan did a nice job to keep that puck from going in the net.
And as PH gets a penalty, I believe it's Scott Herbert, number 17, head to the penalty box for, looks like a rough.
So Northern 6 minutes left in this contest. Northern will get 2 of them a man up. It's like Sox on the face-off. No, Bennett on the face-off for Northern. And Joel Heimbeck, as he steps away, Singer steps in for the face-off for PH. And back comes Heimbeck, so Heimbeck versus Bennett. Bennett wins the draw, but it's quickly picked up by PH. Back out front. Josh Bennett tries to clear the zone, and he does, but it's instantly shot right back in by Carl Albert. And once again, it's cleared out by Chris Hall. Hall shoots at the full length of the ice, and Hired takes a hit.
And Alex, looks like I was wrong. Looks like Northern's going to be down for this shift. Looks like Northern ended up with 2 penalties, while PH ended up with 1, giving PH the advantage.
Okay, so we didn't see that. So Northern's doing a nice job then for being on the power play. Bennett gets taken out by Singer, and he's given a quick pop by another PH player, as that was Gardner on the shot, just low and wide. And we're gonna have a face-off deep in the Northern zone. Going for a line change is both sides. Northern doing a nice job of killing off this penalty. Minute 13 left. And the draw was won by Van Ness, but instantly shot out of play by Mike Vigras.
Alex, that's always been one of Port Huron Northern's strong points. You know, they've always had a good defensive team. Their penalty killing unit, always good. They play their box well and keep the puck out of it.
Stepping in for the faceoff is Kevin Erickson versus Jeremy Van Ness. Big hit laid on by Scott Elber. Quick shot, big save. Partapilo saved. A Matthew Gusky shot. Van Ness poked away by Shane Talmadge. Talmadge working in against Bull Fagan. And that's cleared up by Albert. Albert one-on-one with Jason Newberry. Newberry hustles back and picks it up first. Still can't quite clear the zone. Kevin Erickson, has the puck. Goes cross ice for Jason Sheffer. Sheffer in behind Partapilo, picked up by Burgess. So Burgess back out on the ice to Van Ness. Van Ness skating pretty quick up the left side. In on Jason Helton. He goes upper right-hand side. Chalk went up for Van Ness with 4 minutes and 26 seconds left remaining in the first period. Van Ness makes a nice move and scores upper right-hand side.
On the shorthand also, Alex. 4 men against PH's 5, and still managed to get around him and put the puck up there.
What's amazing was it didn't even look like Northern was shorthanded.
No.
They were playing at even strength hockey there. They were getting their share of offense in. Nice goal by Van Ness to hustle, beat his defender to the outside, skate in on him, and go over the shoulder on Jeff Held. So, with the puck we have Carl Albert, who dumps off to Jason Newberry. Newberry coming up the left side, trailed by Sadowi, and that's dumped in the corner behind Partapilo. Partapilo out to play. It goes back up the boards. Nobody there except for PH's Jason Newberry, who throws it back in. Stopped by Partapilo out front. Sadowi still trying to pick the puck up. Picked up by Burgess. Burgess shoots it down. Here comes Woolman. Woolman trying to beat out Carl Albert, and he can't. In on the help for Woolman is Jeff Curtis. We're now at even strength. Woolman dumps it back in the corner, picked up by Jason Newberry, played by Sadowi. So Sadowi trying to take the puck in on the left-hand corner. It comes up. A quick hit laid by Jeff Curtis. And PH has the puck coming up. Burgess backs up as PH dumps it in the zone and goes for a line change. Big hit on Steve Van Sickle. Singer out front trying to get away a shot. hassled by Van Sickle. Now in the corner, Burgess takes a hit from Joel Heimbach as the puck comes up. Here we go, we've got Jeff Curtis one-on-one. Helton makes a save as he kicks the net off the pipes. That's gonna stop the play. I mean the pins, he kicked the net off the pins, excuse me. And so that's gonna stop the play and leave that in the PH zone. 2 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the first quarter of this crosstown rivalry. You're at McMorran. Once again, I'm Alex Rogers. Along with me is Sean McLean for CPHS 6, your source for all high school sporting events. And the puck is dropped. Face-off won by PH. Scott Herbert dumps it behind the net. Big hit laid on by Nick Prevost. Puck comes out to center ice. Singer trying to control. Dumps it into the zone as he's bumped by Chris Sox. Portopilo way out of the net to play that one. And it's picked up by PH. PH back in the corner. Prevost trying to dump it up along the boards. And it's back in behind the net. Picked up by Ropish. Ropish goes neutral ice. Here comes Heyer. Heyer skating fast. And to wave off the icing. Good work by Heyer. Down in the corner. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first period. We've got it tied up. Heyer and Nick Prevost down there. Prevost centers it for Sox. Sox. Oh, big save by Helton. And another save on Bennett by Helton as it's out front once again. Heyer lets the shot go just wide. Sox picks up the rebound out to Prevost. Prevost working as he's temporarily hassled by Scott Herbert. Back in behind the net. Here comes Heyer. And the puck is missed. And the puck is offsides as it's just cleared out of the net.
Yeah, it looks like
or out of the zone.
Northern's going to get the shorthand of that call. Looks like they're going to give them an intentional offsides, which brings the puck all the way back down to their zone, Alex.
So with a minute and 48 seconds left in the first period, Northern starting to buzz around the net. Jeff Helton standing up real well against three quick, real close shots by Northern. That's going to show you how sturdy he is in net.
It looks like Joel Heimbach for Port Huron High School is going to be getting a penalty for a slash. And looks like there's going to be a counterpart penalty. I'm not sure on who for Northern. So it looks like both teams are going to stay at even strength for the rest of the period.
Justin Smith in the face-off circle. It looks like he's going to get booted out. In steps Scott Albert. Smitty with the puck. Smith coming up the left side, looking to go center. It's behind Jason Waite, and it's picked up by number 7. That's Jason Newberry. 7 for the Huskies. That's Chris Hall. Dumps it out of the zone. Albert has it in neutral ice. Thrown in the zone for Smith. Hit laid by Jason Waite as the puck is thrown in at the net by Scott Albert. Smith with the puck out front. Oh, just tipped wide by Albert on the centering pass from Justin Smith. 1 minute remaining. Smith with the puck just along the side of the net. It's a wraparound. It's a goal. Scott Albert, assist coming from Justin Smith. Scott Albert goes around the net, stuffs it in a little tiny hole on the left side of Scott Albert. That's 3-1 Huskies. 59 seconds coming. Good idea by Albert. Smith got tied up, dumped the puck for Albert, who picked it up, came around behind the net and stuck it in. So at least 2 out of the 3 goals, Justin Smith was in on the scoring. And a good all-around play by the Huskies around the net. Stepping in for the faceoff, we have Gary Vitek against Jeremy Van Ness. Van Ness, our other goal scorer. Van Ness throws it up to number 12. That's Jeff Curtis, who loses it. It's knocked back in the zone.
And that's one of the new calls this year, Alex. If you have a man deep in the zone and you throw the puck back in, they can give you an automatic intentional offsides also. It's a new rule, just affecting the pros.
And there was a display of that as it was knocked back in the zone by Nick Burgess. Face-off going to be taken by Gary Wojtek and Van Ness. Van Ness holds up as Burgess picks up the puck, goes around the backside of the net, throws it up to Wallman. Picked up by number 2, that's Jason Sheffer. And into the zone for Northern, we have Jeff Curtis as the whistles are blown. Brought out to neutral ice. Pour here on side neutral ice, that is. Line change coming by the Huskies. Draw one by the Huskies. Fagan dumps it down in. Hit Fagan again as it's cleared out by the Big Reds. But once again, dumped back down in the zone by Fagan as Nick Prevost hustles down in there. Out in front. Left for Pogobowski, but he couldn't convert as it's coming up the ice. We've got Gardner. Gardner stood up by Fagan. Fagan laid a nice hit on him. Here comes Glombowski. Glombowski looking to go to Prevost. Prevost can't quite handle the puck. Pick up by Singer. Singer clears the zone. Back to pick it up for Northern will be Fagan and Burgess. Burgess hits the puck. Tried to be crossed. Picked up by number 11, Kyle Albert, as the first period runs out of time. The Northern are sitting on a 3-1 lead. So they've got to be feeling pretty comfortable going into the locker room for this intermission.
In America, you are not required to offer food to the hungry or shelter to the homeless. There is no ordinance forcing you to visit the lonely. In fact, nowhere in the Constitution does it say you have to provide anything for anybody. Thank you for all you've given. Imagine what more could do.
Welcome back to McMorran for some exciting second period hockey. Puck in behind Partapilo, shot up to Hire. Hire to Burgess, or Hire to Bennett, I mean. And we've got a whistle on the play. Well, we've got to stop a play. Let's recap the first period. Early goal scored by Justin Smith. Then we had a Jeremy Van Ness goal unassisted for Northern. So actually, no, before that, we had a tip by Ian Singer out in front of the net. So that tied the game 1-1. Then Van Ness came back unassisted. And the third goal for the Huskies of the period was scored by Scott Albert on an assist from Justin Smith. And that makes the score 3-1 Huskies, which is where we sit with 14 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this second period of action. I'm Alex Rogers. Along with me is Sean McLean. We're bringing some high school hockey action to you via Channel 6. And while we have a little bit of dead of play, we'll talk a little bit about each side. The Huskies, much momentum on offense, sticking on their defense real good. Only allowed 3 shots, as where Port Huron High allowed 10. As Sox comes across with the puck, Sox dumps it in behind Jeff Helton. Big hit by Elber. Waite lays a hit. Elber with the puck out front for Justin Smith. All alone, but it's blocked down by number 19, Joel Heimbeck. Puck out front, Ian Singer gets hit by Waite. Justin Smith with the puck. It gets snuffed out by Scott Herber. Once again, Smith with the puck, being hooked by Herber. Herber in behind his own net with the puck as he dumps it back along the boards. Big hit laid on by Waite. Jason Waite out front for Justin Smith. Justin Smith couldn't quite come home. As Sox goes cross ice to Ropish. Ropish rolls it in on the net. That was picked up by Jason Newberry. Newberry up along the boards. Out of the zone, it was cleared. Back to pick it up was Ropish. I was saying that the Huskies had 10 shots on goal, as where PH only had 3. So that also helps in, naturally the more shots you take, the more goals you're going to get. And
Right.
that's what led to the more goals by the Huskies.
Most teams average a goal per every 7 shots, but in the Northern's case, that's 3 goals for just 10 shots. You know, that's above average right there, Alex.
Face-off won by Northern. Back in around the goal is Hall. Hall goes out to Woolman. Woolman up. Van Ness lets it go by to Curtis. Curtis temporarily loses. He picks it up. He's in behind Heimbach out front to Hall. Hall shot high and wide to the right as it's picked up by Aaron Backman. Out to the point. Vigrass takes a shot low and to the left. Picked up by Hall. Hall gets laid out by Jason Scheffer, and it's picked up by Beckman. Back out to Vigrass. Vigrass holds it in. Bachman with the puck again as he's hip checked by Woolman. Thrown across to Hall. Hall goes up to Van Ness. Broken up by the Big Reds, Jason Scheffer, who was instantly contested by Chris Hall, but we have a whistle on the play. Bennett and Vitek look like they're going to be taking the face-off. Won by the Big Reds, instantly picked up by number 6, Chris Fagan. Tried to clear the zone. Bennett picks it up, goes to Hire. Hire, nifty between his legs move to get into the zone, but it's instantly cleared out as Burgess misses the check. Picked up by Hire. Hire back to Fagan. Fagan over to Burgess. Picked up by Jason Newberry. Newberry tries to carry the zone. Burgess dumps it back into their zone. And no icing called as Burgess lays a hit. Prevost loses his footing. Picked up by Bennett. Bennett out to Fagan. Fagan along the left boards down to Prevost. Prevost weak shot in on the net. Steered to the side by Helton. Prevost with the puck in the corner. Dumps it down for Bennett. Bennett back to Prevost. Prevost is knocked down by Scott Herber. Hire lays a hit on the corner. Michael down with the puck. And Prevost puts a good lick on him as the puck was held by a second by David Fry but lost. Here comes Fagan. Fagan trying to carry the puck in the zone. Oh, and it was out front for Waite, who couldn't quite handle. Number 16, that's Justin Smith with the puck. Smith in the front. Still up front for the Huskies. Loose puck, and it's a goal! Scott Elber picks up the loose puck out in front of Jeff Helton, and he stuffs it in on the right side. Once again, Huskies around the net, gonna pick up quick goals.
Getting much more offensive now, Alex. Guys are starting to use their body a lot more. The refs are letting a lot go by now. Saw several instances where there should have been penalties called.
Hooking and slashing and such out around in front of the net.
But it looks like the refs are going to pretty much let it go as long as it's not going to be too dramatic.
Smith won the face-off from Heimbach. Sox in the left-hand corner, picks up the puck. Sox to his defensive partner. That's Van Sickle. Van Sickle up the board. Smith trying to contest, but it's dumped back in behind Partapilo. Picked up by Singer. Singer over to Gardner. Back in behind the net, picked up by Van Sickle. Van Sickle moves it up. Picked up by number 9, that's Jason Waite. Waite carries the zone over to Elber. Elber, tries to center for Smith, just out of his reach. Justin Smith couldn't quite get to the puck as it shot in behind Jeff Helton. Carl Elber had the puck, picked up now by number 15, Van Sickle. Shot into the side behind Helton, number 11. Elber with the puck again. Sox holds it in the zone. Justin Smith with the puck on the right side. Smith working. Over to Sox. Sox picks it up, throws it out in front of the net. Elber couldn't quite get a stick on it as Van Sickle holds it in. And Turk Anderson blows the whistle, and we're going to have a penalty against the Big Reds. So the Huskies are going to go to the power play once again. Now, earlier today, Marysville played a Sarnia team, and the power play proved to be where most of the points came from. If you committed a penalty, you got scored on. It really hasn't happened that much this game, but still, penalties in high school are very dangerous to take. face-off. Heimbeck loses to Bennett. Out in front, Ian Singer goes to the box, by the way. Out in front, Ropish couldn't quite handle. Bennett over to Sox. Sox couldn't quite handle. Here comes number 17, Scott Herber. Sox lays a big hit on him as Bennett picks up the puck. Bennett looking to go cross ice to Smith. Smith turns on the wheels, and it's in on Jeff Helton. Helton covers up the puck, so that's going to be a face-off deep in the Port Huron high zone. Good pressure being applied by the Huskies here, keeping the puck in their offensive zone, getting multiple shots on their offensive chances, also leading to more scores.
Yeah, Huskies putting the pressure on. They've got the penalty. They got the, power play right now. Looking to put another one in the net to make it 5-1.
Okay, so Huskies, number 9, Waite, over to number 10, Van Ness. Van Ness shot blocked by Jason Sheffer. Woolman with the puck, out to Waite. Waite to Van Ness. Van Ness, quick move around. Another shot high and wide, and that puck is out of play as Van Ness lets that one go over the right shoulder of Jeff Helton. Curtis versus Erickson on the faceoff. And Jeff Curtis wins that one as it goes up to Wade at the point. Wade off the boards. Back down to PH, and it's cleared out of the zone. Elber chasing it down deep in his own zone. No penalty, or no icing due to the penalty. Picked up by Wade. Wade's up to Van Ness along the left side board. Van Ness goes across to Elber. Elber tips it into the offensive zone. It's held in. And finally cleared out by Erickson. Over to Waite. Waite back to Van Ness. Van Ness over the blue line as he's tripped up by number 10. That's Shane Talmadge. Cleared back out of the zone, and Waite clears it back into the zone as he loses a stick. Van Ness with the puck. Working on number 17, that's Scott Herber. Smith with the puck behind the net. Always dangerous there. Quick pass out to Bennett. Bennett shot to the wide. Picked up by number 10, Shane Talmadge, and cleared out of the zone. Sox back to pick it up. Sox takes a quick look. Alexis Huskies regroup. Out comes Ropish. Smith to his left. Sox over the blue line, and it's held in. Shot back into the offensive zone was Jason Newberry. Once again, no icing with 4 seconds remaining in the penalty. Ian Singer comes out of the box, and we're back to full strength as Heyer dumps it back behind his own net to Sox, being hassled by Joel Heimbeck, excuse me. Sox and Bennett battling for the puck down in the corner, picked up by Justin Smith. Justin Smith going 1-on-2. Quick move, but it doesn't quite get by as PH clears. Back comes Bennett to pick up with some help from number 7. That's Chris Hall. PH's Joel Heimbeck dumps it back into the zone. Mike Vigrass picks it up off the boards to Bennett. Bennett tries to go back to Vigrass. And Vigrass with the puck up along the left side board. And Bennett sweeps it into neutral ice. Instantly shot right back in by Jason Newberry. Picked up by Hall. Hall up to Glombowski. Glombowski couldn't handle. Hall with the puck in his own zone over to Vigrass. Vigrass along the boards. And that's dumped back in by PH once again, Matthew Gusky. Picked up by Hall and deep in his own zone. Dumped up to number 19, Elber. Elber tries to carry the puck, held in by number 10. 10 shot across, Partapilo steers that one to the other side as Mike Vigrass picks up the puck all the way down into their own zone, and Huskies clear down into their own zone, and we're gonna have an icing called against them, so that's gonna take that deep down to Partapilo's side.
And with 7 minutes and 13 seconds left in the second period, we got a score of 4 for Port Huron Northern to 1 Port Huron High School.
Once again, this goal coming by in the second period by Scott Elber. That's his second of the night. Always nice to get those guys in on the scoring. Face-off won by PH, but they can't quite handle as Burgess controls the puck. Burgess is tied up by Gusky as Heimbeck picks up the puck. Van Ness battling for it. Gusky out front. And Erickson just couldn't quite put it in that Partapilo's empty side. Picked up by Jeff Curtis to Van Ness. Van Ness unloads the quick shot. And it started to sneak through the 5-hole of Helton as he sat down on it. He was kind of tapped just gently by Woolman coming in the zone. Helton didn't like that at all, and he's letting Anderson know that. Both sides do a line change. Okay, so Bennett loses the draw to Wojtek, but he's back alongside. Left it for Van Sickle. Van Sickle knocks it down in the corner for Bennett. And that's coming up alongside higher uncontested. Finally being picked up by a PH defender as a hit on Prevost comes from the PH defender. Sox dumps it into the zone. They're gonna let it go all the way through. Bennett pressure. And Sox with the puck. It's back into Port Huron's offensive zone. Here comes David Fry. Fry shot blocked by Van Sickle. Number 6 hit by Vitek. Sox with the puck. Sox goes up to higher one-on-one as he reels back around, waiting for some help. And help is on the way as Nick Prevost comes in the zone, but he couldn't quite handle. Higher on his knees, drops it back for Prevost. Prevost couldn't quite reach it as Sox unloads. Big shot in on Helton. Helton covers up as there's a battle out in front for the puck. Helton does a nice job to cover that up. And once again, both sides change lines.
It looks like PH is really getting mad about those Port Huron Northern players going anywhere near their goalie now. Like you said earlier, you know, you're not supposed to go near the goalie until after that whistle blows, but up until that point, he's still fair game as long as that puck's underneath him and the whistle hasn't gone yet.
You can't hit him, you can poke at him, try to pop that puck loose. That appears to be all Northern's doing, but I can understand why that is still making PH mad. I wouldn't want anybody poking at my goaltender. Smith wins the draw. Quick shot by Wade, shot wide. Elber with the puck, dumped in behind for Joel Heineck of PH as he clears it up for Singer. Singer up along the right side, and the puck is knocked away by Chris Hall. Hall in behind his own zone, dumps it over to Ropish. Ropish up to Smith. Smith can't quite handle it. It's knocked back in the zone by Jason Sheffer. Ropish over to Hall. Hall hit, knocked down by Singer. Singer with the puck, trying to work out Partapilo. Out front, it's loose. Saved by Partapilo on a shot from Josh Gardner. Here comes back up Smith with the puck. Smith goes to Wade. Wade in all alone. Oh, big save by Jeff Helton, not Jason Wade. Smith back with the puck out front, broken up by number 7, Jason Newberry.
Alex, that puck rolled right through the goal mount.
And both sides changed lines with the puck just laying in neutral ice. As the puck rolls in behind Partapilo, Bo Fagan picks it up. Hit by number 10, Shane Talmadge. And the puck comes up, number 4 just lays, Kevin Snow lays a little bump on the PH forward. Vigrass up to Van Ness. Van Ness across the red line, lets it go into the zone as he loses his footing. Picked up by Woolman. Woolman kind of stopped up along the side of the boards. Vigrass tries to dump it back into Woolman. It's still in the zone, held in by Van Ness. No, it was offsides actually. Late.
Big
Officials
miss.
took a long time to let you know that. As Van Ness tries to lay a hit on, well, let's see who that is.
Gusky, I believe.
Tries to lay a hit on, no, Jason Newberry, the senior defenseman. And we're gonna have a face-off neutral ice PH side here. Bennett for the Huskies, and I can't see who's gonna take it for PH. It looks like possibly Gary Vitek. Bennett easily wins that one to Vigrass, who goes over to Fagan. Fagan rolls it in the offensive zone for Hire, and that was almost on net as Herbert dumps it off the boards and it rolls wrong. Vigrass down in the corner for Bennett. As it rolls by Bennett, Hire tries to pick it up. Fagan keeps it in the zone. Fagan working along the boards, and it's in the air out of zone. Bennett tries to handle. He chops at it. It goes back. Big hit laid by Hire as there's a battle for the boards right in front of the PH bench. Bennett and Hire battling with David Fry and Carl Albert. And we're going to have a stop of play here with 3 minutes and 34 seconds left in the third period. It's 4-1. Port Huron Northern Huskies on top.
And Justin Smith steps up to take the face-off with Joel Heimbeck.
Smitty wins the face-off to Burgess. Burgess lets it go on net. Helton easily stops that one. Around to Elber. Elber out front, broken up by number 19, Heimbeck. And here comes PH again as Burgess handily takes out Aaron Beckman. Coming up, intercepted by number 11, Albert. Number 19 for Northern, that's Albers, throws it up to Waite. Waite dumps it off to Smitty as the bell rings. Smith still takes the shot, or the whistle, excuse me. Smith still takes the shot on the net.
That always makes a goalie mad, Alex.
Yes,
the
yes.
defenseman.
Goaltender hears the whistle. He stops, takes his full concentration off of that puck. And if one comes in and rings his bell, that hurts.
Oh, yeah.
And so they don't really appreciate that. Bennett up to the dot for the faceoff against Heimbeck. Bennett wins that one to Hall. Hall to number 15, that is Van Sickle. Van Sickle throws it in the zone, picked up by Port Huron Big Reds, number 7, Jason Newberry. Up along the boards, it's broken up by Northern. Picked right back up by PH. Newberry fans on it. Hire has a chance to go, and he can't quite handle the puck as it's picked up by number 16, Gardner. We've got a 2-minute penalty assessed to Northern, so Northern will be down one man for 1 minute 28 seconds. Line change coming out.
Penalty Nick Burgess for a slash, I believe.
And the last time the Northern Huskies took a penalty, it didn't really hurt them that bad. They played great hockey on their penalty, passed well, got a lot of shots off. In fact, they scored shorthanded. Didn't even look like they were down. Van Nest wins the draw, but the shot is in on Partapilo. Partapilo picks it up and decides to hold it as Erickson comes in on him. Didn't want to risk that. Smart play by the sophomore Partapilo. Nine sophomores on PH's team, so they've got a young team. If these players can develop in a year or two, they could have a real good hockey club. As the draw was won by number 9, and in fact, Kevin Erickson. Covered up by another sophomore, Partapilo. Partapilo doing a good job in net.
You know trouble can start when the clock hits 3. When there's no place after school for kids to be. Nothing to do but hanging on city streets. When mom and dad are working to make ends meet. Now it's time to beat the street.
With after-school programs, city kids aren't left alone and vulnerable. They keep on learning between 3 and 6, but these programs need your support. Join with the Urban League to keep them going. Call now, because it's
time to beat the street.
Here's my nephew Scruff, about to run into trouble again.
Hey, Bobo, where's your video game?
In here. Well, look at this.
Uh-oh.
It's my dad's. You want to hold it?
What'll I do?
You'll see, but that's not the only problem he has.
Hey, here's a shortcut.
Not down there, Square.
I don't think it's safe. Come on, the coast is clear.
I'm not taking a chance, Lance.
Oh, no.
Well, hello, dog face.
come to give us your sneakers?
Uh-oh. Trouble again, Scruff. What are you gonna do now?
I don't know.
If you get my new comic activity book, More Adventures with Scruff, you'll find out what you can do about bullies, drugs, and guns.
Am I the hero again?
You'll see. And you'll see lots of games.
Cool.
For your free copy of my new comic activity book, write Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois.